Hello guys, and welcome to the 5th episode of Bubbly Wubbly Nostalgia. I'm Razorblade Mango, and I do apologize for the little bit of the delay in bringing this episode out. Usually I do it like around it's still morning, but I do it around like much more morning time. I usually record these right when I get up, but oddly enough, after I recorded the Star Wars Battlefront video, I got pretty violently ill, and I was up most of the night, and I didn't get to sleep until like around, 5 o'clock in the morning. So I've been asleep this whole time. And yeah, so I'm sorry this has been delayed a little bit. Before I get started, two things I wanted to... three quick things, bear with me. One is I finally gave up on waiting for the fucking Witcher 3 collection to come out, the collector's edition for Hearts of Stone. I think CD Projekt Red, I love them to death, but they botched that so badly. They need to improve how they distribute that thing much better, much more efficiently, and communicate much better for Blood and Wine. Because if they announce it again for Blood and Wine, I'll want it. I really, really want it. And I guarantee you it'll be the Gwent decks that I want more than the ones that came with Hearts of Stone. So, sadly, I'm not going to be able to get that because I just lost patience with it. So I just pre-ordered it digitally. I'm going to have it at 4 p.m. So I'll be pretty happy about that. And then, second thing is, after I did the Star Wars Battlefront video, there came news that they announced the Season Pass this morning, that is $49.99. These Season Passes are getting ridiculous. $49.99 with 4 expansions that are going to take you to new planets, and they will give you 2 weeks early access to all of the content, as opposed to buying each one individually. Now, I don't mind, now this is along like Call of Duty pricing for the season passes, because Call of Duty likes to pull the $50 thing as well, and, I'm not buying it. I mean, I'll try the game out, sure, later on down when like the Battle of Jakku thing comes out, but I might just rent it, or get a used copy, try it out. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, it's no biggie. But these season passes are starting to get ridiculous with the pricing involved and all that. Yeah, it's getting ridiculous, guys. Lower the price, please. Also, Firewatch finally has a release date, which makes me really happy, because you're definitely going to see that game on, I don't want to say too much about my most anticipated games of 2016, because I still got a ways to go before I record them, but there's a very, 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 very likely chance it will be on my top 5 most anticipated games of 2016. And some of the entries that might actually surprise you, given that I am not a fan of some of the genres that are going to appear on there. So that'll be cool. Really looking forward to Firewatch. The guys at Camposanto have made a game that seems tailor-made for me. It was one of the things during Sony's E3 conference this year that I was really excited about, like in contrast to, of course, Final Fantasy VII and Last Guardian and Horizon and all that. This is another one that I was like, holy shit, yes, thank you. So I'm really excited for Firewatch. Oh, and it's coming out February 9th, 2016. So thankfully that's pretty close. So I'm happy about that. All right. Now on to Bubbly Wubbly Nostalgia. Destroy All Humans. I grew up playing this game when it's actually an interesting story. When I first had my PlayStation 2, when my dad bought it for me, it was like the really old bulky model that sometimes wouldn't read discs, like the blue colored ones that it wouldn't read. And then later on, my mom got me one of the latest model at the time. This was around 2005. I think it was 2005 when she got the slim model for me. And I had a copy of a different game. But then, like I said, my cousin used to like to take me to GameStop to go and buy stuff. And one day we went to GameStop and he got me Destroy All Humans, because this is another one of those games that I had seen in Game Informer, and I was like, holy shit, I actually really want to play this because it looks really funny and really cool. And from the get-go, I was hooked. I love this game's quirky humor, its satire of the 1950s pop culture, like the whole Area 51 stuff, the Roswell stuff. I mean, it's a lot of the stuff, like the references to history and culture and stuff, I didn't really get when I was younger, and this was when I was like 13 or 12. I didn't really get it, and I kind of was like, ha, it's funny. Like, some of them were like, of course I got like the crude humor stuff, which is still very funny, because and weirdly enough, I still have the copy of my game, and I played it this morning, and it's still really, really funny. It still holds up after all these years. Just the writing is so good that it's not even, it doesn't even feel dated after a while, because there's a lot of games that have, you know, humor in it that kind of is like, a lot like these days. But this is a game that I feel its humor is timeless and will stand the test of time, even 10 more years from now. And one of the best things I got a kick out of was just all the little subtle jokes that they play that I didn't really get back then, but now it's cool when you go back to something that you thought was funny when you were younger, and you actually learn to not only appreciate it on that level, but then you gain another level of appreciation of the humor, because now you're older, you get more stuff. It's like South Park. It's like when I used to watch South Park when I was a kid. I didn't really get some of the humor back then, but now when I watch like the third and second and fourth seasons, I'm like, ha! I never got that, and I think it's funnier now because of that. And what I like most about this game, I think what's really interesting is, like, I was going to use this game as a contrast in case Star Wars Battlefront, the beta, turned out to be really bad, and I was very disappointed by it. I was actually going to use this comparison to Destroy All Humans, which seems odd, but I'll tell you why. Destroy All Humans, and this, of course, this is on the PlayStation 2. The graphics aren't that great. I mean, I love the design of Crypto 137. I love the design of some of the more humans with more of a meaty role, and I love the ship mechanics, and you get to blow shit up and all the environmental destruction, and the wacky, broken as fuck physics engine is hilarious. I mean, it doesn't break the game. Sometimes it will freeze the game, but it never breaks it. Now, this is a game whose the graphics really aren't that spectacular and really aren't all that good. And yet, the reason I still play this game today, even, literally today, is because I think the gameplay holds up very well after all these years. The style of it holds up very well. The atmosphere of it is quite interesting for something like this, and oh damn, I forgot. Whatever, the gameplay, the humor, the style, all of that really live up to the personality. That's the word I'm looking for. The personality lives up, and it gives it this sense of timelessness that even if you didn't grow up around this era, even if you're never ever you don't really give a shit about 1950s history, you can still appreciate this game on the level of it trying to be like a comedy and a satire. And they actually were going to make this into a TV show. I think one of the guys that was involved with King of the Hill was going to make this into a TV show at some point, back in like 2010, 2011, when this series had already been ran into the ground. But speaking of running into the ground, I've never played the other ones. I've only played this one. I have no desire to play 2. I have no desire to play the big Willy game for the Wii. I have no desire to play Path of Furon, because to me, it was like the ending of Destroy All Humans sent such a... It was funny, and I liked Crypto 137 because he's such a compelling character. What I found interesting about the ending is that it's a very ambiguous ending in a way, and it kind of gives you mixed feelings, because you've spent the whole game with this basically a killer, this terrible creature, this horrible sarcastic monster, and he wins at the end, and he takes control. I'm spoiling it, sorry, but he wins at the end, and he does manage to get what he wants, and you get this sense of confliction within yourself, because you're kind of like, I've spent the whole game as this guy, and I'm glad I won, but at the same time, I'm not glad that I won, because now Earth is fucked. So, and then the tagline of the game literally is, one giant step on mankind. So you're wiping out humanity. You literally kill a fucking president. You kill most of the politicians at the White House at one point in this game. You know, and it gets away with it because of its goofy tone. And it never becomes ugly or mean or anything like that. It's just goofy the whole way through, and it makes everybody look like fools. Even Crypto 137 looks like a bonehead at one point or another. And he's actually a pretty intelligent creature, but even then, he has stupid moments. But this was developed by Pandemic, who are sadly not around anymore, thanks to EA. But they did this. They did The Saboteur, which I really like. They made some of my favorite games growing up. They did Mercenaries, which I like. They did Star Wars Battlefront, the original Star Wars Battlefronts, which are yeah, you guys know how I feel about those. But these guys, they were some of the best open world designers out there. They knew how to create a world. And it's not like a lot of open world games now, where I'm a big fan of the genre, but even I can admit that there's a lot of them out there that just feel the same, that just do the same shit over and over again. It's basically the Ubisoft formula, which is a big problem out there. The Ubisoft formula consists of, you know, you just have a map that's just loaded with a bunch of icons, and you have to unlock them, and it's just loaded with stuff. But none of it's really meaningful. None of it really gives the environment any more pop. It's just busy work for you to do. And that's not the case with Pandemic stuff, because when Pandemic made open world games, they breathed life into them, that you didn't need all this content collecting and collector stuff. And sure, there were extra side missions in Destroy All Humans and The Saboteur and Mercenaries and Star Wars Battlefront, but they knew that the key to any successful open world environment is personality. That's something that Ubisoft doesn't get most of the time. That's something that EA is still kind of struggling to figure out. That's something that fucking my most hate game of this year didn't figure out. And something that's unfortunately that even games that I was really looking forward to, like Arkham Knight, they didn't understand it. They didn't understand it. I mean, yeah, Gotham City is a big place and it's littered with a bunch of stuff, but it lacks a soul. It doesn't have any half of the personality that Destroy All Humans does. It doesn't. And it's a fucking 10-year-old game, and it's got more life in it than Batman Arkham Knight that has poured millions of dollars into it, that's the key, guys. And look at Destroy All Humans for an example. That's the key to a successful open world game. Personality. That one word, and you're set. And of course, you know, good gameplay and stuff like that, which Pandemic did really well. So, if you have a PlayStation 2, this actually isn't a hard game to find, because it's one of the more, I think it's one of the more underrated games on the PS2, but thankfully, unlike some of the other games I've covered on here, a lot of people seem to love this game. So it's pretty easy to find if you have a PlayStation 2 or an original Xbox. So if you haven't played this yet, this is like my Razor Blade Mango stamp of approval right there. So I love this game. I might actually play it some more before Hearts of Stone is released. So I'm pretty excited. I'm very excited to get back in this game. And I don't know who owns the rights to this series now. Let me see who has the rights. This company called Nordic Games Group AB. They are a Swedish computer game publisher, and they own the rights to Destroy All Humans, apparently, according to Wikipedia. I mean, they could be wrong, but... Oh, okay, so these are the guys that have done... Oh, really? Okay, these guys did, I think they published the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. They distributed the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. These guys, published some of the MX versus ATV stuff, the Legend of K remake, Alan Wake for Windows. Yeah, I mean they have the rights to this franchise in their hand, so I hope they take advantage of it, because I mean, now that not only is Pandemic gone, but THQ is gone as well, and they owned the rights to Destroy All Humans before they went out, unfortunately, and I really like THQ. So if anybody, I highly doubt it, but it's worth a shot. If anybody working for Nordic Games is listening to this, if you know the boss, if you know the people that are in charge of resurrecting old franchises, please make another Destroy All Humans. Please give it to a studio that knows what they're doing and knows how to make great open world games. Give it to them and revive this series. And you'll get, I'm pretty sure you will get a good turn up for it, because it's a series that people know. It's a series that still has appeal these days because of the craze for open world stuff. So please resurrect Destroy All Humans. I will very much appreciate that. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe. Let me know if you guys have played Destroy All Humans. What would you think about reviving the franchise? Stuff like that. Thank you all for watching. And I'll end this on do my worst Crypto137 impression. Thank you all for watching, you damn monkeys! Humans! Sorry, it's terrible, I know. But, hey, he does a great Jack Nicholson impersonation. That's another reason I love him. So, anyway, guys, thank you all for watching, and you have a good one.